Welcome to the Pizzazz Filmmaker interview series. At Pizzazz, we've made it our mission to help film and video makers succeed. In this series, we'll be speaking to interesting people from across the film industry. We'll gain insight into their journeys to help share their lessons with our audience.
Today's guest is Emmanuel Martin Hernandez. Emmanuel is a filmmaker with a fascinating background. Originally from Cuba, he tells Pizzazz about how he's had to fight to get to where he is in the filmmaking industry today. He also delves into interesting anecdotes about the police arriving at one of his shoots and what his father said to him when he revealed he wanted to be a filmmaker. Stay tuned to find out more. So I was just wondering, what are your earliest memories of filmmaking?
Well, let me tell you, I'm coming from Santiago of Cuba. This is Iceland, the Caribbean. There we speak Spanish. English is my second language.
No problem.
No, because and that is something also have to be with cinema. Because I don't know why people from United States or country speak English. For the audience, for the public in general, they are very difficult to get involved into subtitles, But there in Cuba, we saw movie from everywhere, and that way of watching movie with subtitle, they give you something deep in about culture, about how to learn about the whole world, how to understand the art from wherever, and basically, most important, the cinema. Yes, I think that watching movie and reading subtitle is in certain ways is a cultura in itself. It's a way to try to understand different cultura and different behavior of human being. That is, for me, that way give you more tolerance, for understanding their people, And yes, I started for shooting in Santiago of Cuba in 2003 with a short movie. The name is Santiago City. I started to shoot in Video Ocho. I don't know how old you are in this world of cinema, but back of day, we made movie in analog way in 640, the pixel for the Ranos, the frame, And yes, we started in the very independent way, without budget, without support, only for love of cinema. 10 years after, like 2010, I started to shoot in HD, in 1009 for pixel, the range of the frame, grow up a lot, and then we started to shoot with really good quality. And always I say to young filmmakers or young artists or whatever other college that we are in a good situation now. We are really have a beautiful tools for making movie in very good quality, I think as a filmmaker, as a human being, we are in a good situation now.
No, that's brilliant. And I was just wondering, what was it that inspired you to pursue a career in filmmaking? Where did you find the love for it, basically?
I really love movie from very shy, I have like 8 years old or 9. I started to watch movie from Scorsese and Coppola and all of the big guy in the 70s, because in Cuba, in television, they broadcasting all those movies, The Godfather, the Godfella, Eighth Year of Scorsese. And then from very early, I started to admire and love movie, I really love watch movie about adults, and that way they touch me a lot. They talk me a lot about how is the world of the adults people, And also, yes, I watching cartoon and whatever, But watching movie from the big guys from the very early age, they give me a approach to what is the cinema. Also, like when I was adolescent, like 13 or 14 years old, I get in love with John Woo movies. The epoch of John Woo in Hollywood, they made beautiful film that I really love. Still, I love the is Broken Hero. Is the first time I started to watch a movie to try to understand how movie is the process of making movie. After that, I read a book of George Sadaoul, is author, French author. The name of the book is Las Maravillas del Cine. In English, they have to be the wonderful of cinema. Then George Sadaoul explain very deep way how is the process of making movie. And then I started to think, oh, I wanna be director. I wanna be director. I wanna be filmmaker. I wanna make movies. I started to take class of acting in my high school as an actor, and I started to acting in theater. And that way of be surrounded other artists, other actors, they teach me how to be involved with actors, with director, with screenplay, with plays, with audience, with public. And for me, all that is a process that teach me a lot for my future career. I don't call making movie as a career. I call as a love. I make for love. Or somewhere say I feel like amateur. Amateur is a French word that doesn't mean love. Amor, like el amor. For the sex.
Yeah. Yeah, no, of course. Okay, that's really interesting. And you mentioned Scorsese there, in your mind, is he the best of the best, or are there other filmmakers that you would think are on his level?
No, what happened is that at the beginning, therefore, is when you are a kid, is you take what they give you, you take what the environment you and the television and the cinema give me all those movies from Scorsese and Coppola and Spielberg, George Lucas, even Brian De Palma at the beginning, but is what the world gave to me. But after I started to searching for myself, I started to admire other filmmaker. I started for really admire a lot Jim Jarmusch. The aesthetic of Jim Jarmusch, give me a lot of teach about how be a really independent filmmaker. Because when you are a really independent filmmaker without budget, without a lot of great condition, you have to learn about how make movie was were the condition you have. And that way Jim Jarmusch movie touched me a lot. It taught me about how to put the camera in front two actor, made a scene very simple way, how to record a simple conversation. And also most important, I think that read is very important to create movies, because when you are reading, the great writers, they give you a lesson about how write, about how put dialogue. Because when you starting, you write dialogue in professional. I don't know if professional is the word. You work like a person who doesn't know a lot about the dramaturgy. But that way, yeah, when you saw the Jim Jarmusch movie, for example, you can see and you can, oh, this guy how to know write dialogue. Um, when I have like a 23, I started to get in love with those kind of filmmakers who write dialogue in very right way, Jim Jarmusch, for example, Quentin Tarantino, the Coen brothers, Aki Kaurismäki, from Finland, Lars von Trier. For me, those guys are the guy who best dialogue write in the history of cinema. For me, those guys writing dialogue is amazing. Are for me like a master. Then when you have a scene with good dialogue, you can enjoy the movie in very deep way.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. And I was wondering, can you tell me more about your role on a set? Are you directing, or what sort of things do you do on a film set? What do you love the most?
I was thinking in that because also because I'm coming from Santiago, from Cuba, a Spanish country, and also I'm living here in Montreal. Here they speak French. In Spanish, we say director, from the name of the director. In French, we say realizator. But in English, we say filmmaker. I really love the word filmmaker. It's the most beautiful word for give the category of the director. Filmmaker. Filmmaker is the guy who made the film, And for make the film, you have to be available for make whatever position. If you have to write the script, you write the script. If you have to acting in your movie because you want your movie be real, you acting. You have to direct, you direct. You have to record the camera, you record the camera. You have to be lighting, you light. You have to be a record man, record this audio, you do it, because you want to make the feel. You want to make that the script become real, and you make whatever position that you need for make your movie. That is when you are filmmaker. For sure, when you are starting to make movie, you started to know other filmmakers in your city, in your country. Then it's like a friendship. It's like a camaraderie. It's like a college, If other filmmaker asking you for being their movie and working whatever position, you do it, I in Cuba, I did a lot of work as PA, assistant production. I was runner. I was actor even in other movie of other friend because it's a friendship, it's a camaraderie. We are comrade. You know what I mean? You do whatever you do for your movie and also for the other people asking you for my movie.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, that's really interesting. And obviously these interviews are very much about what you love about filmmaking, but is there anything that you don't enjoy? Any part of the process that you're not a huge fan of when it comes to the actual filmmaking process?
And now in Montreal, I started to work as a PA in set in the industry of cinema and television. And also I work as a tech deco, art in the art department. And I was working as a catering. The only position I would not love in cinema or television is drive. I don't like drive. Outside there are many crazy people driving, I don't want to drive at all.
No, that means.
But every other position I could do it, I love cinema. I enjoy being the set and working in cinema in whatever position.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And so when you are on the set, how do you measure your own success while you're on set? What's your, what makes you think that you've done a really great job that day?
As a filmmaker?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I enjoy everything as a filmmaker. I enjoy from the process of the beginning, write and typing the script, typing idea. I enjoy meeting with actor. I enjoy taking coffee, talking about cinema, talking about the project. I enjoy all the process. Sometimes when you are already in the set shooting, sometimes we have inconvenience. For example, in my last movie, we was shooting in Jacques Cartier Bridge. It's here in Montreal. It's a very famous bridge, and we was shooting, and the police coming and telling us, hey, you cannot shoot in here because this is a private bridge. You have to ask permission. And we say, okay, we was only four people. Me, other actress, the cameraman, the DOP, and the sound guy. And the police left, and my crew say, okay, we have to stop. And I told them, no, we will not stop today. Give me 5 minutes. I will rethink the scene. Give me 5 minutes because I have to lower my stress, let me rethink the scene. Then I started to watching the area. I started to see the area, because we was outside, in stereo. I saw the bridge. I saw the fjord. I started to thinking, I say, okay, let's go to do as Hitchcock do it, because I think in Hitchcock, in Vertigo, how he shoot in bridge and how he shoot sequence. And I told my crew, we will shoot down there. Okay, we cannot shoot in the bridge, but we will shoot down there. And I started to change the script, ¿cómo se dice how you say in English? El guión técnico, the breakdown. I have to change the plane shooting, the shooting plane, the schedule, and we shoot the same day. I don't wait for the next week for ask permission. I change in 5 minutes. I change the position of the camera and the setting of the scene we will shoot, and that's why it's very important. The culture of cinema. You have, for me, it's very important. And Scorsese always say you have to watch the master, and I'm full agree with him, because when your range of cinema, when you are watching movie from the whole world, from the 5 continents, when you have the culture of cinema in your head, as a filmmaker, also as an actor, help you a lot. But as a filmmaker, when you have all those great movies in your mind, you can see, okay, now I can figure out we will shoot the same in a different way, as Kurosawa does, as Hitchcock does, or whatever, as Akira Uzumaki did it, or Guillermo did it, or Quentin Tarantino did it. Those kinds of homage is very important for my movie. You cannot be ashamed of taking homage from different or for the greatest filmmaker, because the human being condition, we are building the world from the mind of the master who started before you in all field, in sport, in science, in agriculture, in whatever. You made your work, whatever is your work of your field, and thinking in the master who preceded you, who was before you. That is beautiful, For me, it's beautiful. I don't have shame for still, for stole the frame of other movie of other great filmmaker. For me, the filmmaker, I'm my master, and I take the advice.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, definitely a great way to be. So I was just wondering, obviously, because you've been a filmmaker for a while, and I was just wondering, if you started over, is there anything you do differently? Would you focus anywhere else, or are you completely happy with the journey that you've had so far?
For me, the most important, I'm always thinking about your question, because the most important is enjoy the process. Really enjoy the process. Is really enjoy about making your movie, about laughing about your friends, your closet friend. Enjoy the process. Enjoy watching movie. Enjoy talking about cinema. Is when I look behind of my career, I remember I enjoy all the movie I'm making, because filmmakers come from different place, from different country, but whatever, I know, because I'm living now in Canada. Even in Canada, it's a rich country. The filmmaker I make here, they have the same problem. All filmmakers around the world, we have the same problem. how we get the money for make the movie, you know. That is difficult. And money is something difficult in everywhere. If you're in a poor country, it's difficult. If you're a rich country, it's difficult. In whatever place you are, it's difficult to get money because, and it's true, money can pay the best in the field, you know. With money, you can pay the best. You can pay the best actor, the best crew, the best you can find. Money is the most important in the way for main movie, but it's not the only. It's not the only way about money, you know. But therefore, I can understand now that it's not about of if you are living in a rich country, or if you are making movie in Hollywood, or if you are making movie in Africa. The most important is the love you put in your project. And when you talk with people, when you have a conversation with people for getting that involved in your project, they have to believe you. You know, you have to be honest. You have to be sincere. You have to see there in their eyes. You know, you have to be transparent. And when they know you are honest, people will follow you. People will follow you because they see you are honest person and you love cinema most than everything.
Yeah, no, that's great. And
Yeah, well, I'm making the conclusion. I don't know how, if I can make in the past in different way, but it is what it is, you know.
yeah, that's the best way to look at it. And you seem like a really positive, a positive character. We've only been speaking for about 20 minutes, but you can tell that you're a positive character. So a question that I'd like to ask you is there any bad advice that you hear given out in the industry that filmmakers should ignore, but it's something that a lot of filmmakers might do?
Yes, there always, there are very bad advice. Always, you will find negative people. Always, it's like a love. You know, when you are in love, when you at the beginning of the being the relationship, it's like a chemistry. You know, when you find someone, you say, "Wow, I have chemistry with that person." The same. It's the same in all the film in cinema. Always, you will find in your way. You will find people who doesn't like you and you don't like them, you know. It's normal. You have to try to understand that very quickly, and you will find people they're wear your same shoe. You will find people you will like it and they will liking you. With those people is the people you will make your movie. But always, for sure, you will give bad advice, even from your family, even for my parents, for my father. Left that the cinema, you're crazy. You are in Cuba. This is for cinema is for horrible people. Don't make movie. You don't waste your time. You know your friends. Ah, you are crazy. You are crazy. You are not director. Don't call yourself director. You know what I mean? People, when you at their very early, you told people, I want to be movie director. They looking at you like, oh, you are crazy or what? That is possible. If you say you want to be president, it's more easy that people believe you than be filmmaker, you know, because it is sound huge, you know. When you say I want to be film director, it sounds huge, you know. And some people also say, oh, you are the dictator. You are like a dictator because sometimes the directors sounds like a dictator, but it's not about being dictator. It's about making your movie, you know. And for sure, always you will find people who give you bad advice. I remember people who tell you, no, don't use that music because uh, I when I started, I really love Tom Waits. I put music of Tom Waits in my movie. People say, no, don't use Tom Waits music. Don't put in your movie because you will not sell your movie if you use Tom Waits music. Or many, always I receive many critics, bad critics. It's normal, but you have to. Is you inside you really feel you wanna make movie? The desire inside you is big. That all the negative opinion from whatever people come to you, you know, it doesn't matter. Your love, your desire is stronger than every negative idea from whoever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's a really, really great answer, especially, about about the things that your friends and family said, but you're still here, you're still doing it. You're living the dream and you've moved. So it's really great to see that you've stuck at it. And just before we wrap up, I just wanted to ask you, what projects are you working on at the moment? Is there anything you can tell me about that you're anything you're creating at the minute that isn't obviously confidential?
Yes. I have my second feature film. The name is A Man Under His Influence. I made here in Montreal. We touched budget with the love of many beautiful people. I really was lucky to have these amazing actors, because here in Montreal we have many great actors waiting for the opportunity to acting, and I use those amazing people. I convinced them for being involved in my movie without pay any cent. And yes, I am moving now. That movie, A Man Under His Influence, is my second feature, and now I am finished to writing my third movie. The name is Asbestos City. It is a film noir. I think that it could be my best movie. I really love that movie. It inspiring in the great film noir, like a Chinatown, like Double Indemnity, the Billy Wilder, like the Lady from Shanghai of Orson Welles, also the Falcon Maltese from John Huston. My script is a homage of those great movies, but also is a true, unique history about detective, femme fatale, spies here in Montreal. Yes, I'm finished the script. I cross the finger, because that movie, that history, I need a budget for that movie. I will not make that movie without budget. I want to make in a right way.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to put the time in. Is there, in the movie that you told me that you're making at the moment, have you encountered any challenges while you've been filming, or has it all been smooth sailing so far?
I already are in the in the script. I think in 1 month I will finish that script, and after that I cross my finger. And as a David Lynch made meditation, I will make a lot of meditation for find the right person for help me with the development of the project. For I need to find a producer, but a producer are like I told you before, like a love, like the person you love. The right producer come to your life in the same way of your great love come. Then I will start to attract him or her for make my movie.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's great. Thanks so much for talking to me. It's been really, really insightful. And just to finish off, are there any? You've just told me about a couple of projects, but is there anything you'd like to promote in this interview? Because it's going to go on various platforms.
Yes, my movie, the last one, A Man Under His Influence, is a feature film. Many of my friends, they are my friends, but I don't know. They say the movie is good. They say have a good poetry. I believe them. I really love that movie. That movie saved my life. I was in a deeper situation, sad situation, and making that movie made me wake up again and made me put again in the way, in the route for dreaming about cinema. A Mask of Ruin is the movie you have to watch.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely will. No, that's brilliant. Emmanuel, thanks so much for speaking to us. And we'll let you know when this comes out.
Thank you so much, you, for having me.
No problem at all. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, bro.
We hope you enjoyed watching today's interview. This video is part of the Filmmaker interview series from Pizzazz. At Pizzazz, we're building a production ecosystem that helps you to get things done. To try it for free, visit pizzazz.io today. Thanks for watching.